Hi everyone, I am Sambaya Pelluri, Assistant Professor in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. So, as part of Linear IC Applications Lab, today I am going to give a demonstration of Experiment 1. Here, Experiment 1 is op-amp as non-inverting amplifier using 741 IC. If you see the aim of the experiment, the aim is design a non-inverting amplifier with a gain of 3.2 using op-amp LM741. Verify the results of both software and hardware. So here we are going to design a non-inverting amplifier with a gain of 3.2. So that will be verified in both hardware and software. For doing the software simulation, we need a PC with multisim software. We use a multisim software to do software simulations. See, this tool you have already used in ECL lab. Next, for doing the hardware, we need the following operators: function generator, DSO, digital storage oscilloscope, breadboard, regulated power supply, op-amp LM741, resistors and connecting wires. So we need these components to perform the experiment in hardware. So here the pictures are given of each component. So we all know that non-inverting amplifier using 741 op-amp circuit. So for non-inverting amplifier, we apply input edge non-inverting terminal of op-amp, that is 741. So here non-inverting terminal is third terminal, and the feedback is connected to inverting terminal of op-amp using RF and RI resistors. So here inverting terminal is 2. The power supplies are plus VCC and minus VCC. The pins are 7 and 4. Sixth pin is output. So to connect the circuit on breadboard, so we need these pins of the 741 op-amp: 2, 3, 7, 6 and 4. Yeah, if you come to design, the gain of the non-inverting amplifier equation is 1 plus RF by RI. See, the derivation of this one is discussed in the theory course. So 1 plus RF by RI is the gain. As per the aim, the gain of the non-inverting amplifier must be 3.2. So 1 plus RF by RI is equated to 3.2. Then we got a relation between RF and RI. RF is 2.2 times of RI. So here RI is assumed as 10 kilo ohms, then RF becomes 22 kilo ohms. RF becomes 22 kilo ohms. So like this, we design a non-inverting amplifier according to the gain. So model graphs are given here. So we check the gain by applying a sinusoidal signal as input. So here this is the sinusoidal signal as input, and we get a sinusoidal signal at output without any phase change. If there is no phase change, then we say it is a non-inverting amplifier. Otherwise it is a inverting amplifier. Then how you calculate gain by using the waveform? So the definition of the gain is the ratio of output signal amplitude by input signal amplitude. So then we calculate amplitude of the output waveform and amplitude of the input waveform. We take the ratio of these two. It gives the gain of an amplifier. Yeah, let's see how we connect all the components with the designed values. Okay, then we check the waveforms in the hardware connection. So to perform this experiment, so we need digital storage oscilloscope. So this is a digital oscilloscope. It is a 2-channel oscilloscope. So means at a time we can see 2 channels simultaneously. And this is regulated power supply. So by using this, we can apply voltage and current. Now it is operated in the voltage. So there, if you see at the display panel, the voltage LED is on. If current LED is on, that means we are giving the current. Now voltage LED is on means we are applying the voltage by using this power supply. It is a 2-channel, so means we can apply 2 different voltages by using this. Next, this one is function generator. So by using this, we generate the different waveforms. So here by using this, we can generate sine wave, sawtooth wave and square wave. And the frequency is set to 1 kHz and peak to peak is set to 1.1 volts. The frequency is set to 1 kHz. And we need breadboard, LM741 IC and 2 resistors and connecting wires. So we need these components to connect or to perform this experiment. So let's see how the connections are made. So first, see the breadboard connections. So the black color one is LM741 IC. So before giving the connection, we should identify the terminals. It is a 8-pin IC. So 4 pins are on one side and 4 pins on the other side. So we identify it is a DIP package, dual inline package or plastic package. Generally, we prefer DIP packages for laboratory purpose because it is cheap, less cost. So there is a notch here. Okay, so we put this notch towards up and we take the pin count from the left. So from top to bottom 1, 2, 3, 4 and bottom to top 5, 6, 7, 8. So you know 741 IC pin names. So 1 and 5 are offset adjustment, 2 and 3 are input terminals, inverting and non-inverting, 4 and 7 are power supply pins, 4 is negative power supply and 7 is positive power supply, and 6 is the output pin, and 8 has no connection. So first we should identify the pins, then we give the connections. See, here we are connecting non-inverting amplifier. So we should apply the input to non-inverting terminal, that is pin 3. Yeah, here input is given from the function generator. Yeah. So this is the function generator cable, and so this wire is the input. If you see this is connected to, this is connected to third pin of IC. So input is given. Okay, next. Next we should connect the resistors. One is the feedback resistor and another one is the input resistor. Here feedback resistor is connected between 6th pin and 2nd pin of IC, and input resistor is connected between 2nd pin and grounds. Next, let's see the power supply connections. This is the regulated power supply. Here channel 1 is used for plus 5 volts and channel 2 is used for negative 5 volts. Positive 5 means plus must be connected to 7th pin of IC, and this cable is the negative connection. Negative is connected to ground. That means plus VCC is connected to 7th pin of IC. Next, this channel 2 is used for the negative power supply, and this power supply negative is connected to 4th pin of IC, and positive is grounded. So power supply connections are given. Okay, and we observe the output waveforms in digital oscilloscope. This is the digital oscilloscope. One is the input waveform and another one is the output waveform. Yellow color one is input waveform. So whatever the readings are indicated in yellow color are corresponding to input waveform. The peak to peak is set to 1.1 volts and frequency is 1 kilohertz, and the period is 988 microseconds. Light deviation is there. Yes. And the blue one is the output waveform. So output waveform frequency is 1 kilohertz. No frequency difference input and output. And peak to peak is 3.64 volts and period is 988 microseconds. Okay. If you see the input and output waveforms, there is no phase change. Both are in phase. So if both are in phase, then we say that amplifier is a non-inverting amplifier. Let's see the gain calculation. Output signal peak to peak is 3.64 volts and input signal peak to peak is 1.16 volts. Then take output signal peak to peak by input signal peak to peak is the gain provided by the connected amplifier. So if you see the gain of this one 3.6 by 1.1 is around 3.2. So our objective is satisfied. So the aim of the experiment is design a non-inverting amplifier with a gain of 3.2. let's see how to do the simulation in multisim software. So first we have to select the components from the component library. So this one is the component library. So from these we select the required components. So this one is source library, component, basic component library, diode library, transistor library, op-amp, and different logic gates. Like that we have many components here. Next. So here these are the different measurement devices. So for us we need multimeter and oscilloscope. These two are the needed. Okay, so remaining many measurement devices are there: spectrum analyzer, vector analyzer, noise analyzer, different measurement devices are there. Let's see how to select the components. Yeah, first we need 741 op-amp. So is the op-amp library. Click on that. Yeah. So here we need op-amp. So first click on the op-amp family. So then we get different IC numbers. We need 741 IC. So just select the 741. Click on OK. So select that component, paste it on the worksheet. Okay, so we need only one op-amp. So just to close this. If you need multiple, then again we can select one more. Next. Yeah, this is the circuit diagram of non-inverting amplifier. So which was verified in the hardware. Now we are going to check the simulator. So we have to design a non-inverting amplifier with a gain of 3.2. As per design procedure, we found feedback resistance as 22 kiloohms and input resistance as 10 kiloohms. So we need two resistors with these values. So go to resistor library. Yes, there are many components. We need resistor. So click on the resistor transit. Then we see different components with the different values. We need 10K resistor. So click on the 10K and OK. So we got the 10K. And we need one more resistor with the 22K. So click on 22K and OK. Yeah, we need just two resistors in there. So with that we can close the resistance. Next we need two power supplies. So these are the DC power supplies. Go to source library. There are many sources. So go to power sources. Okay, so this is the AC power and this is the DC power. We need the DC power supply. Okay, so click OK. So we need two DC power supplies because one is positive VCC and another one is negative VCC. So select two sources. Yes. Yeah, so next what else? So we need one AC source. Yeah. We need one AC source. Again go to source library. Yeah, the first one is the AC source. Click on the AC source. Okay. So close it. We need the AC source value as 1 volt peak to peak and 1 kilohertz with 0 phase. So double click on this. And the first one is the RMS value. change the frequency to 1K. Offset voltage must be 0. One second. This is not the source. Again, go to source library. And this is the signal source. We need a signal source. So signal AC voltage source. So here the first one is the peak to peak. First one is the peak value. Peak is set to 1 volt and frequency is set to 1 kilohertz and magnitude is set to 1. Okay, and offset is set to 0. So these are the main parameters of any source. So according to the requirement we set the values. So after selecting all the components, ground is needed. So ground is also a source. So select the ground. Go to source library. Go to power sources. These are the different DC sources. So here ground is there. Select the ground. Click on OK. Okay, so you need multiple grounds based on the requirement. After selecting all the components, we place the components. So how to drag the component. Just give a click, right click on that and place the component at appropriate position. After placing the components, we have to connect the components using a wire. So how to get a wire? So take a cursor to end of the edge of the component, then you get a wire. So give a right click at the edge of your component, then you get a wire. And again give a click at the starting of the another component. Then give a click, then you get a wire between the components. So like that, first from the library we select the components and next we place the components, then after we do the connection. Okay. After placing the components and connection, we need a measurement device. So here we have to find the gain. So you know how to calculate the gain. So output signal amplitude by input signal amplitude. So we need we have to measure output signal peak value. For that we need a oscilloscope. So select a oscilloscope. This is the oscilloscope. Okay, so just give a click on that and place a component on the worksheet. Okay, so it is a 2-channel oscilloscope. So at a time we can see 2 signals. Okay, so I already know input signal peak value and frequency, so I need not to check it once again. So if I know output signal peak value, then I can take output signal peak value by input signal peak value is the gain of the connected amplifier. Okay, so now the connections are over. Now do the simulation. So this is the simulation. So okay, so run the circuit. Okay, so to observe the waveform on oscilloscope, give a double click on the oscilloscope window. This is the. Okay, so now stop the simulation. So the waveform is shifted to left. So to take it to middle of the oscilloscope. So in the bottom, scrolling option is there. Scroll it to left. Then we get a waveform, full waveform on the window. Yeah, here. So if you see this one, there are different scales. So time-based scale. Okay. If you change the number of times per division, so we can expand or compress the waveform along the x-axis. So that we can see here. Here 1 millisecond per division. If I change that, okay, now the waveform is expanded. Here the scale is 500 microseconds per division. If I reduce this, sorry, if I increase this, now here 2 milliseconds per division. So the waveform is compressed. Like that, we can expand or compress the waveform along the x-axis by changing the time-based scale. Next, channel A and channel B. Okay, I said the oscilloscope is a two-channel waveform. Sorry, two-channel oscilloscope. One channel is in channel A and another waveform can be seen in channel B. Here I used only channel A in the schematic. So by changing the scale of the channel A, I can reduce or increase the amplitude of the waveform. So earlier it was 2 volts per division. If I reduce, the waveform increased. Here I set 5 volts per division, so waveform amplitude reduced. Okay, so like that we adjust the waveform. So similarly we do same thing we can do in the channel B if any waveform is connected to channel B. Yeah. Next. So now we have to measure the output signal peak value for the two cursors are there, cursor 1 and cursor 2. So the number is given at the top. The yellow one is the cursor 2 and blue one is the cursor 1. See here I placed the cursor 2 at the positive peak of the waveform. So the waveform value you can see here. So here the T2 values are corresponding to cursor 2. Okay, so cursor 2, the time axis value is 4.5 to 8 seconds and the waveform peak value is 3.148 volts. Okay, next if you want to see the negative peak value, move the cursor 1 to negative peak. Yes. So the T1 values are corresponding to cursor 1 and negative peak value is minus 3.151 volts. Okay, so the positive peak is 3.148. So that means the output waveform peak value is 3.148 and the input signal peak value is 1 volt. Then output signal peak by input signal peak is the gain of an amplifier. So the gain is around 3.148 volts. Okay. So like this we do the simulation and verify the results. Okay. We have already seen how to do the experiment by using the components. Okay. And this is the verification using the simulator. Okay. So generally the design procedure is see, your aim of the experiment is design an amplifier with a certain gain. So based on that gain, we find the components. After getting the components, first we check the results with the simulator. We don't go directly to the hardware implementation because to reduce the implementation cost. First we check with the simulator. If you get a results with the simulator, then we go for the hardware implementation. This is the advantage of the simulator. So first we check the results with the simulator. If you get a results with the obtained components, then we go for hardware implementation. That's why. So first, whatever the design you have to do, okay. First you check with the design the design with the simulator, then go for the hardware implementation. Okay. So in this lab, for doing the simulation, we use the multisim software. Okay. So like this, we do simulation in the multisim software. Thank you. These are the precautions what we have to follow while doing the hardware connections. So we know that op-amp, the maximum values are plus 15 volts and minus 15 volts. So plus VCC and minus VCC values should not exceed plus 15 and minus 15. And while giving the connection, we should be clear with the pin numbers. So these two are the precautions while doing the hardware connections. So this experiment can be performed both hardware and software. Software is by using multisim we do this. This is already we have done in the ECL lab. So just to connect the circuit and do the simulation, find the output waveform and calculate the gain. So hardware we have seen how we calculated gain and output peak value. So in both hardware and software, the results are similar. Op-amp non-inverting amplifier is designed and verified both in software and hardware. So these are the different Viva questions on this topic. Okay. So please prepare these questions. Thank you.